All right, all right. Let's see if this works. We got a lot of things we're trying to see if it works. First off, first things first. Let's see, are we streaming? We got one. Maybe two. Let's check for three. Looks like no three. Hold on. Let's go ahead and refresh. All right, we're good for all three. So it's time for me. VigilanteWilliamson here in the, what's this? 101st episode of my show, VW Casual, which was once the VigilanteWilliamson show. I actually got a few things. Oh, you do early streams too? Hey, El Gordo, every now and again when I can. And I'm also testing to see if this chat works. Am I on camera on the stream? I should be. Because I'm trying a new chat thing. But yep, we are doing a live stream. I'm in the dark. I forgot lighting. I'm not going to be on camera that long because I hate being on camera. What the hell? Is it not showing this for YouTube? It should. Sorry, I'm looking at YouTube Studio. I'm trying to mess with us. You always get notifications when you're sleeping. Yeah, they're usually late. I've been wanting to stream earlier and earlier, but it just hasn't happened like that. But we are streaming fairly early today. Okay, so looks like the chat thing is working, at least from YouTube side. We're gonna wait till somebody. Let me test. I can test. No, it won't let me because I changed the settings. So whatever. But I appreciate you being here. El Gordo. Hopefully other people come in. You know what? That's a great term. Gordo meaning obese. I weighed myself for the first time in months, and despite a shit ton of hard work, a shit ton of dieting, I've lost no weight. And it's very depressing. And just going to have to intensify. So part of me, even though I wish I'd have lit myself a little bit better. Which actually, I can probably give myself something like that. Hold on, I'll be right back. I don't know how well that helps. Probably not at all. Maybe a little. Let me get this up so I can see. Yeah, a little bit better. So the reason I'm appearing on camera is because I'm not going to for a while. I will be not appearing on camera for a while until I can actually lose a significant portion of this weight. Hey, Cotton. Hey, Richard. So I'm trying to use this chat box to look at you guys, and it is working. So, okay. So, yeah, I have not lost weight. I've been busting my ass. I've been walking miles per day. I've been eating one meal a day most days, sometimes a second meal, and no results. So now I'm like, okay, maybe I do need to go to a doctor because I can't explain this. And I've been diligent. I now know if you ever see my 600-pound life, they'll have a motherfucker say, I've been really trying. They ain't lost no weight. And they're like, yeah, right, you really trying. This shit has actually happened to me. I am a few hours from turning 37. I am aging. But it's really pissed me off. So this is going to be the last time I appear on camera, at least for the end of the year. And then cutting the soda, that's definitely going to happen. That's going to definitely happen. Genetics, I mean, I don't think it's genetic. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, man. I am going to cut the soda out. I'm going to cut all the sugar, water, drinks out. That's got to happen. It's easier just looking at this to look at the stream. And we got my stream balance. Yeah, I haven't. That's the thing. I don't even have a doctor established since I moved to Texas. I've been in Texas 2.5 years. Still don't have a doctor. Because I don't really like doctors, and doctors are, they have a bad rap for a reason. We'll get into some. Will we get into that? We'll get into some bullshit. But eat eggs. Yeah, I I almost need to disable the chat. I know everybody's going to do suggestions. I know what I'm gonna do. I appreciate it. It just is what it is. It is what it is. Let me minimize that. Because, yeah, I don't even want to. I'm just doing it to hold myself accountable. I've been talking about it. So this is my way of holding myself accountable. I'm probably going, no disrespect, just out of, not crashing out because I got shit that I need to do. I'm not gonna. I mean, miss a few comments, even though I know they mean well, and I appreciate them. But I mean, I guess I've recomped some, but that's definitely not what you want this fucking week. So we will keep working on it, and I got a lot of other stuff to work on, so I'm not about to let that hold me back. I still got to work on this album, which hasn't gone that as well. I mean, I have tried writing a few times, but after the stream, I'm gonna try to actually fill in some lines. And speaking of this stream, I think we're done with the in-person portion of the stream. I just want to be on camera. This is my before. We'll do it after, probably in March or something. And we'll see then. So thank you for being here, LDG. You're watching the Mets game. I'll be watching the Tigers, hopefully, advancing the playoffs tomorrow for my birthday. So that's cool. Let me move this camera just in case a mistake happens. Zeus. Being supportive. So I'll be watching the Tigers pretty soon or tomorrow. And hopefully advancing on the Astros. We will see how that goes. So shout out to baseball. We got a few subjects to talk about. So El Gordo said you're obese too. Yeah, it sucks. This sucks. It sucks. It sucks and it's killing me. Literally. But what the fuck can you do? But it's hard your best. You just gotta keep. It still makes no sense to have lost as little weight as I have. Zeus, you're gonna have to go home and pour water on you. I will do it. Go home. No, get out. Get out. We do have some stuff to talk about. That isn't me. I ain't that much of a narcissist. We got some real heat. Real heat to talk about. I'll start off with the hot stuff, and then we'll get to the kind of bullshit section. So, you know what? We got to move this chat. Let's move you. Oh, we need a background, too. Hold on. Can I? Social. Let me see if I can add a background. Messages, visibility, maybe styling. Sorry, I didn't. Shout out to you, Rich. You posted the video. I only did what was in the video. I didn't do anything to make it like easier. Messaging visibility. Let me see. So I hate to do this live. But we do got some stuff to talk about, but it just needs a background because, man, I could turn this to dark mode too. But still.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you having a lovely day.
Hold on, goddamn, Louis talks fast. Hold on, Louis. We'll get to you. I'm boomering up my stream. What the fuck? Okay, styling. I'm like, why is there no? Name, background color, comment, background color. No. I need a background for the whole fucking thing. Oh my God, why is this shit so hard? Sorry guys, this is okay. I should have did this. I knew it was gonna be something, so I'm about to just give up so we can continue on with the fucking stream. How can finding a background be this fucking difficult? There's so much technology that's made so unnecessarily difficult nowadays. God damn it. A translucent page background? Maybe that's it. Does that change things? Let's check OBS. No, it's still fucking unreadable. It's unreadable. Fuck it. Maybe it'll be better once this thing starts. Hey, listless. Appreciate you being here. You said social media is the worst. It's worse than that. It is worse than that. So, as Louis Rossman is going to explain once we get going, Corporations have gotten rid of the Seventh Amendment. They've gotten rid of it. It's over. Hey, Zombie Man. Appreciate you being here. I don't know. Do people make money from Twitter? Okay. So the Twitter feed rocks plus ads. Yeah, I know ads. People get paid posts. But yeah, you don't have the Seventh Amendment. What's the Seventh Amendment? The ability to sue somebody, the ability to cause litigation. These corporations through end use license agreements are destroying your ability to sue. You're gonna hear a horrible story. I'm not gonna get to the whole video. We'll get through the first probably quarter to half. But I'll let Lewis talk, and I'll get and we'll get Zombie Man. If you post links, we'll get to it a little later. But this is something I definitely wanted to cover.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. In the United States, we used to have something called the Bill of Rights and the amendments to the United States Constitution. One of them, the Seventh Amendment, goes as follows. In suits at common law where the value and controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of common law. AKA, if somebody fucks you, you have the right to take them to court in order to demand restitution. Did they...
It's worse than an NDA. It's basically when you click and just consent, agree, you're giving away your ability to sue the company or even related companies for anything, as we're finding out. And I covered a story earlier in the year where somebody had a Disney Plus trial, and then later on, a few years ago, they went to Disney World, and they told the restaurant they had certain allergies. The restaurant said they would be okay. They lied to them. And then they died. And the husband, they're trying to prevent the husband from suing because inside the agreement for Disney Plus, you can't sue them, even though this is not Disney Plus. The lawsuit has nothing to do with Disney Plus. It just happened at a Disney restaurant, and they killed the person. But their argument is you can't sue because you agreed to Disney Plus. And there's an even worse one with Uber. I think it's Uber Eats coming up. I don't know if it's worse. They're just both demonic. And so expect this to continue is the main point. But we'll
break the law. Did they do something wrong? If they did break the law and do something wrong, you could hold them accountable and responsible for their actions, whether they are an individual or a business.
Right. The EpiPen didn't work. She had, I think it was a seafood allergy. She did the research. That restaurant was supposed to be the best with seafood allergies. She let everyone know before she got there, and when they were eating it, she had seafood allergies. They allegedly were supposed to be responsible for that. They assured her she would be okay, and then she ended up dying. And yes, the EpiPen didn't even work, even though they tried it.
That is the way this country used to work back when we had laws that were worth a shit. Back when we had people who actually had our interests in mind when running for public office, back when things actually worked and we weren't just stuck with culture war after culture war after culture war and arguing with each other over minutia while everybody gets fucked. That is not the way things are today. And because things are the way they are, you can have an individual die at a restaurant in Disney World, and then because they used a free trial for a streaming app to watch television or something, they're not allowed to actually sue and hold them accountable or responsible for killing their wife. Whether or not you think they should be held accountable or responsible, that is for a court to decide.
I do want a quick update, even though I think the date is actually sometime this month. They have not made, the court have not made a decision on whether or not that license agreement holds Disney or prevents Disney from being held accountable. So that decision has not been made yet, but that is the argument. Obviously, the precedent for that decision, just like a decision hasn't been made in this case because it's so fresh. But that is what the legal counsel is arguing. We will see if it holds up in court. Obviously, if it starts to hold up in court, we have lost our ability to sue companies for everything, for anything, essentially, because between the corporatization and the lack of antitrust, and all these corporations being related at this point, and I mean, between that and these end-use license agreements, we will have lost our ability to seek any litigation against any corporation for any reason. That's what the long-term precedent will be. And I am not exaggerating. I'm not. I wish I was. But those decisions have not been made, but they are being decided. So this is what's at stake.
side, not somebody that Disney pays to be their own kangaroo court. This is something that's getting worse and worse, and it's something that came to Uber recently. Somebody had a daughter that ordered food using Uber Eats using their parents' phone. And because of that, they agreed to forced arbitration. What does that mean? When their parents get into a car accident because their Uber driver runs a red light and T-bones another car, they can't sue. Because apparently you don't have rights anymore in this country. The Seventh Amendment has been erased by any company that has something in a 147-page end-user license agreement that nobody reads. And even if you did read it, you would have to opt out of most of society nowadays because everything from your sock company to your bank to car manufacturer, everybody.
So Louis talks fast, but I gotta repeat what he said just in case because he talks so fucking fast. This is not on 2 times speed. I think he might enjoy some stimulants.
By any company that has something in a once anymore. And T-bones another car, parents Uber Eats using their parents' phone. And because of that, they agreed to forced arbitration. What does that mean? When their parents get into a car accident because their Uber driver runs a red light and T-bones another car, they can't sue.
So, this person, I want a stimulant, says Tom Jensen. Yeah, he's hopped up on something. I don't know. I'm not going to make any aspersions. I'm not going to cast any aspersions. I don't know, Louis. He in Texas now, so I don't know. Can't blame New York. But someone ordered Uber Eats. So if a Uber Eats driver hits you, if you ever order Uber Eats, get a Diet Coke, yeah. If you ever order Uber Eats, if a Uber driver hits you and kills you, no one can sue. That's what is being argued now. So, and oh wait, let me actually see. Did they win? Maybe they won. Let's
apparently,
see.
You don't have rights anymore in this country. The Seventh Amendment has been erased by any company that has something in a 147-page end-user license agreement that nobody reads. And even if you did read it, you would have to opt out of most of society nowadays because everything from your sock company to your bank to car manufacturer, everybody has this garbage in there. Video games.
And see, this is why I'm saying you won't be able to sue any company because there's so many end-user license agreements that you're going to opt into some of them, and eventually you won't be able to sue any of them if this storage thing holds up.
Games, baby monitors, everything. I want to go over the details of this case because, in my opinion, they're disgusting and they demonstrate why the law needs to change. So I am going to link the court document down below. I suggest that you read the court's opinion rather than all the news articles on it because you'll get a little bit more information that way. I'm going to read you some of the cliff notes. So this was at the intersection of State Highway 130 and State Highway 522. Ms. Zhang ran a red light and T-boned a vehicle operated by Peralta, which was owned by Feliz de Paz. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing and butchering all your names. As a result of the collision, Zhang's vehicle sustained extensive damage. Zhang's vehicle was the Uber driver. And one of the things you may have heard me say a lot in New York City is that I try to avoid Uber drivers because they are, I'll just say it, they're murderers. I mean, the frequency with which these individuals do not use turn signals, ever. I always assume when I see certain plates that I am going to die. I stay far away from their cars because I don't want to be a victim of any of this. The fact that an Uber driver went through a red light and T-boned somebody else does not surprise me one bit, particularly in New Jersey. Georgia McGinty suffered cervical and lumbar spine fractures, rib fractures, and other injuries. John McGinty sustained a fractured sternum and fractures to his left arm.
So broken neck, fractured sternum are the people who got T-boned.
And wrist. Serious injuries because an Uber driver that wasn't properly vetted, because let's be real, what vetting actually occurs to an Uber driver, went through a red light and almost got them killed. One of the things I find amazing here is how Uber throws their contractors, which are, let's be real, for the most part are actually like employees, under a bus here. Nowhere in this court document or opinion are they saying that the driver themselves should be the one that is not put into court. They're saying that they're the ones that should not be put into court. Now, you may think, well, the driver's the one that actually did it, but again, this just comes down to the way the agreement is written. That's the point I'm trying to get across. Uber cares about protecting Uber. They do not care about protecting their employees. They do not care.
I kind of just want to see the decision, so I'm going to skip a little ahead. He's getting through all the details, and that's important. But I kind of want to know, what did the courts Thinkable.
just realized right now they can use to fuck over most Americans out of their Seventh Amendment rights. I imagine when this came out, something tells me when this came out, every single company in the United States was not trying to screw over their consumers. Enforceable under Adelise versus U.S. Legal Services Group and arbitration. Finding that the arbitration agreement contained in the December terms was unenforceable under Adelise versus U.S. Legal Services Group.
Wait, hold on. Is it
and,
unenforceable?
2000 arbitration, a Disney streaming app trial 5 years ago. Quote, the motion court denied Uber's motion to compel arbitration, finding that the arbitration agreement contained in the December terms was unenforceable under Adelise versus U.S. Legal Services Group in 2014. There's a bunch of other random numbers and letters there that I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to read that. The court noted that the arbitration agreement, quote, failed to clearly and unambiguously inform the plaintiff of her waiver of the right to pursue her claims in a judicial forum. The court determined that it was unclear that arbitration is a substitute for the right to seek relief in our court system. And by agreeing to this provision, the parties have waived their right to a court action. So this was something that was decided by a lower court. It was the appellate court that decided that they must seek arbitration. So the lower court was looking at this and thinking, okay, there's the letter of the law, but there's the spirit of the law. And the spirit of the law says this is not really that clear. Now, why did they see it as not that clear? It's because Uber changed their terms of service between January 2021 and December 2021, and the lower court's argument is that the agreement changed in a way that was just kind of less clear. So let's read it. So in January 2021, it said very, very clearly in the beginning, you acknowledge and agree that you and Uber are each waiving the right to a trial by jury. Very clear. December 2021, you and Uber agree that any dispute, claim, or controversy in any way arising out of or relating to, continuing your access to or use of these services at any time, or incidents or accidents resulting in personal injury that you allege occurred in connection with use of your...
So real quick, since your Jodo came in, maybe if you just joined us, we're looking at this, and I've talked about it again with the Disney thing. These companies who are basically trying to get rid of the Seventh Amendment, trying to get rid of the ability for you to sue them based upon these end-use license agreements, and how successful it looks like they're becoming. Because it looks like, at least in this case, the lower courts sided with the, I guess, I don't know who the plaintiff was defending, but they sided with the people, but the appellate court has sided with Uber in a case where an Uber driver T-boned somebody, and because they have ordered Uber Eats before, that means you can never sue Uber. That's another weird thing. It's like it's not about being sued for the actual usage of the product. It's about another incident happening in real life outside of the usage of, whether it's Disney Plus or Uber Eats, meaning you can't sue, which is to be a massive stretch anyway. But I'm not a lawyer, and this is what's happening, and this is just, corporations are the government. Corporations, they are the corporations are the government. Corporations can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. Yeah, basically a terms of service scam, or EULA, whatever you want to call it. But they're using terms of service to essentially rewrite the Constitution and to get rid of liability for anything. They basically are saying, we are not held to the standard of the law if you agree to use this service, which to me seems unconstitutional, which means this is going to have to go to the Supreme Court for it to even... This is a nightmare. This is going to have to go to the Supreme Court, and it's going to have to be established in the favor of the people. This concept is actually more important than the election. And that's not an exaggeration. If you think it is, let me know how. This concept is actually legitimately more important than the election. Why? Because it is whether or not corporations can be sued. And we already saw with a certain medical procedure, them being held away from litigation for the harm they may or may not cause to people. And we're seeing it in a totally even more ramped up context. So when you sign up to an EULA for this website, when you made an account, and you sign up for Gmail, or you sign up for Disney, for anything, Uber Eats, And now it's, it's going to be more stuff. Probably you sign up for your Domino's app. They can put fucking E. coli right in the damn thing, and now you can't sue them because you signed up for Domino's app. Sign up for McDonald's app. Oh, they can put, you know what I mean, anthrax right in the fucking French fries. You can't sue them because you signed up for the McDonald's app. You signed up to the grocery store app. They can fucking piss in your fucking food. You can't sue them. You signed up to the grocery store app. You know what I'm saying? So whatever the fuck app you signed up for, you're losing your ability to sue that company. Actually, I got a whole other thing about the fucking music publisher shit. That's a nightmare. Yep, Disney had a case. I made a video about it. I made a video about the Disney case, and that has it. Can I get an E. coli on the Big Mac? Yeah, I made where the girl, we talked about it. We'll probably talk about it a few times while covering this. And we probably are gonna get through the whole video. But the lady said she had food allergies. She told everybody she had food allergies. At the restaurant, they acknowledged them. They still fucking killed her. Her EpiPen didn't work. But they had signed up for fucking Disney Plus app for a free trial. So therefore, she's done. I shudder to think what I've signed up for with a TikTok account. With the ability for the Chinese government to spy on everything like our government is. It's a fucking nightmare. We are in a corporate oligarchy. This shit is way more important than the fucking selection process. Trust me. Because this is the real government. It is the corporations, it's the bankers, it's the people with money. They tell the government what to do, and the laws do not apply to them. The laws do not apply to them, as we're seeing.
Services will be settled by binding arbitration between you and Uber and not in a court of law. So they're saying the same thing. Both of these are really kind of saying the same thing, except in one case, it is made blunt and blatantly clear. Whereas in the second one, they're saying it, but it's just not as obvious. Now, the problem that I have here, to be clear, just to put this is my opinion, not what's coming from the trial or any of the court notes. It's not that they change it to make it slightly less clear. I don't blame Uber for that. I blame our government for that, for the fact that arbitration in this way, shape, or form is legal to begin with. The fact that you can deny people their Seventh Amendment right, to me, that's the problem. It's not whether Uber said it over here or Uber said it over here. And I do appreciate what the lower court was doing by trying to talk about the spirit of the law rather than just the letter of the law. And they did cite cases over here to try and make it clear that you need to have this be clear and not ambiguous in any way, shape, or form if you want to take away people's Seventh Amendment rights. And I understand.
Real quick, I want to say that I agree with Lewis right here. The issue is not whether or not it's clear that these arbitration has to be, this forced arbitration has to happen. It's that it should not be an object. It should not be an option. It should not be allowed in lieu of being able to take legal action against a corporation. They should not be absolved from legal action. This shouldn't be a thing they could do. The law shouldn't even allow it. And, neither one of your candidates, since when do the corporate lawyers write anything clear? They never do. You know what I'm saying? But neither one of your candidates are going to say something. Yeah, you can toss some links. I'm not going to post anything until I'm done with this segment, covering this stuff. Or not play anything just because, keeping track of mine. So I don't want to lose the links, but feel free. So we need a legal precedent to stop this. It's tough though because there's legal precedent already. You can expand on that per situation. It's limited. Yeah. And so it's like, what do we do? And what is the long-term effect of this? I mean, this is a disastrous bit of legal precedent being set. And it looks like it's going to continue to be set. And it's like, what? We literally lose our ability to. Basically, corporations have no need to follow the law or follow any regulations because they can't be sued. You have to follow the precedent of the higher courts. Yeah. The only thing is if something like this goes to the Supreme Court and it is thought of as unconstitutional, which it should be unconstitutional. But I'm not seeing that argument being made, at least legally. And then you also got to think the people who are suing these companies, sometimes it's not even about who's right or who's wrong, just who has a better legal team. I'm sure you could generate a solid legal team as far as people who will want to sue a Disney, a Uber, and be successful, knowing how lucrative that could be. But you're not going to assemble a legal team on par. Yes, maybe a team that is a high-level legal team may work for a little less money up front, knowing that the payoff could be huge with suing these companies and feeling that they have a good case. That can happen. But, oh, yeah, they are. I'm sure they're already working on the Supreme Court. They probably already got them ready to, if it gets up there to smack it down and say, oh, no, arbitration is going to be this forced arbitration jazz or whatever you want to say to keep the companies from having to be legally accountable for their actions, essentially.
And that if you want to just take a part of the Bill of Rights and just take your little eraser and just do this to it, you need to be you need to be very, very clear when you're doing that. So Uber did change their terms, but they changed the wording of it more than they changed the actual meaning of it. The last point here is the fact that their daughter agreed to it. Again, to be clear, this to me is a red herring. It shows how ridiculous forced arbitration is, but this is going to be controversial here. I actually don't care that it's the daughter that agreed to it, not the mother, because if the daughter was the one that hit agree or accept on these terms, how are you going to prove that the daughter hit it rather than the mother hitting agree? My problem is not the fact that the daughter hit it versus the mother. My problem is that this is even legal because our United States consumer protection law and our Congress is so bad that they are asleep while the Seventh Amendment to the Constitution is being stepped on by almost every company in the S&P 500. That's the real problem. Further, if you wanted to prove that I was the one that signed it and not somebody else, how are you going to do that? Are you going to say every time I sign an end user license agreement that I need to have this done at a notary for me to use an app? How are you going to do this? Are you going to require that I put my identification up next to my cell phone? Are you going to have my camera like this? Do I have to have my camera turned on and have a picture of me sent over here next to a picture of today's newspaper and my ID before I agree to an end user license agreement? That is something that some people do. I believe, I forget.
Honestly, I mean, because that's another controversy relative to this Uber thing is whoever, agreed to it, which I'm with him. It doesn't matter if the daughter, you ordering something from Uber Eats shouldn't mean that Uber can never be sued by you ever again. That should not mean that. That's not how life has ever worked. That should not mean because you order something on Uber Eats and you agree to whatever agreement that you can never sue Uber ever. That shouldn't be a thing. That should not be allowable. And that it is I say a failure of the state. It's just again, a classification of who the state really is. The actual state is just an employee of the corporation, of the private sector, who really is the state. Stare decisis means you must follow the precedent of the higher court. I see. Yeah, companies just wait you out. Total lawfare. Yep. And there's so much that you need to change in the Constitution. That's huge. Yeah, Congress doesn't care. Middle management at best, exactly. That's not how law works. You can sue if you have taken personal injury and damage and prove legal remedy can be used. Not anymore. We're losing that ability right in front of our faces. Because you ordered Uber Eats or you ordered anything. You signed up for the think about this. Think about this being the same sort of thing. Okay, you signed up for a Costco app, right? Costco's a warehouse essentially, and you go to Costco and you're picking something out, and one of the goddamn tiers or whatever fucking collapses on top of you, either paralyzes you or kill you. Well, you can't sue because you signed up to the Costco app, and therefore you waived your right to legal action against Costco. Now, I'm not saying Costco would do it because they know it's a more friendly company, but they may do that. They have that, and I'm using this as an example. I'm not saying they are doing it allegedly, but this is the same sort of thing we're seeing. They're not legal liable, so now they don't even have to keep shelves fucking It's fucking within the legal remedy, the EULA. Let me see. That's any. So what do you mean? Because excuse me for being a fat idiot YouTuber. What do you mean when That's where it is with the legal remedy, the EULA. I'm a little confused on that. Remember when Disney tried to claim they had no? Yeah, that's why we talked about that, El Gordo. Oh, in a perfect world. Okay, now I think I understand a little bit better. Disney said they had no responsibility of death because they signed up for Disney Plus, and that's what's happening because of Uber. Here in this situation where an Uber driver didn't kill somebody, but really F somebody up, and so they can't sue Uber allegedly because they signed up for Uber Eats. So if later on in life an Uber driver hits you, you're on your own. And that precedent is just going to get, every app is going to put that now. If they could get away with it, why would every single app put some sort of language to say that you waive your right to legal, whatever, whether it's a forced arbitration situation or a legal situation, you waived your rights as a result of signing up the terms of service to this app. And then think about this. Think about how many things companies do just to prevent a lawsuit, right? Because they don't even, as much as they can stall you out, a lot of times they don't want to, and they'll just settle, companies used to settle things out of court. Are they even going to try to? Are they even going to do certain things that they would have ordinarily done to keep themselves safe, to keep the people safe, where the only reason they were actually even doing that was the potential lawsuit? The only reason they were holding up to safety standards was a potential lawsuit, because we know the government's going to pass whatever safety standards they have. And now they say, well, most of these people signed up for apps. We don't even have to care about the safety standards anymore, because the only thing we were worried about was a lawsuit. We were only worried about a lawsuit. That's why we kept up to their standards. And now, because of these end-use agreements or terms of services, we don't even have to worry about lawsuits anymore. So we don't really have to keep up safety standards because nobody can sue us. And I mean, that's the new reality. We don't even have to worry about settling out of court. We don't even have to worry about none of that shit. We're good. That we usually settle if you sway the public opinion. But I mean, that's what they would have usually done with the Disney thing, and they haven't. They don't feel like they have to now. They don't even feel like they have to do it with public opinion. El Gordo said, I got the McDonald's app and Ronald McDonald killed my dad. Maybe he was doing the Joker. Joker 2 is out, so maybe he was thinking like that. Or I think some people have seen it. Probably even it is probably a case for criminal charges. But absolutely a civil suit, yeah. Courts want you to settle out of court. They have a duty to provide a negotiation. They don't want the court tied up with it, which makes sense. And yeah, but now they don't have to settle on public opinion. They can just hardball it. Hey, I appreciate you being here, Fizz. Appreciate you being here. I mean, the only way something like this changes is if either legislation change and or you have a class action lawsuit that sets a precedent that this is unconstitutional, which is plausible, but is it going to happen? Unfortunately, I don't think so, because this is now, and this is only the second story I know of. I know of the Disney one that we talked about. Now this Uber one. I'm sure there's more.
Some crypto exchange that required that I do that stuff, but right over here, the mother could clearly just be saying the dog ate my homework to try and deal with getting out of the forced arbitration thing. I don't think that the court is that's something that the court can consider, because there's absolutely zero way of proving it. Nor do I think that there should be a way of proving it, because that means every single time I click accept when I install an application, I have to hold up my ID and a webcam to prove that I am actually me. That is insanely invasive, and I want nothing to do with that if I'm installing a calendar application on my cell phone, or I'm buying socks that have a forced arbitration agreement. I don't want to show my ID at Walmart so that I can purchase socks when they have a forced arbitration agreement, because I have gone over on this channel how they do have forced arbitration for socks. The problem at the end of the day is at the top. It's the fact that this even exists. It's the fact that it's legal to begin with. That is the part that I find completely disgusting. The best part of this case, in my opinion, besides everything else, is something that I haven't seen talked about in any of the news articles, which is the third-party beneficiary provision. This arbitration agreement shall be binding upon and shall include any claims brought by or against any third parties, including but not limited to your spouses, heirs, third-party beneficiaries and assigns, where their underlying claims arise out of or relate to your use of the services. This is the part where it comes around full circle to my original
I don't
point.
know if you guys caught that, but your family can't sue either, is what also is a thing. Even though they didn't agree to any terms of services. And apparently your heirs, I don't know how long that goes. That may mean future generations can't sue. So again, this will eventually absolve corporations of lawsuits as a concept. It won't even be allowed. That'll clear up the courts now. Shit, there was so much talk about America. Oh, they're so sue happy. Infamous hot coffee lawsuit, which I heard may not even happen. And now we're going to the opposite extreme, where corporations will now face no legal obligation to hold up anything. Because you signed up for an app, now not only can you not sue a company, your family can. And let's remember how big these companies are. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the YouTuber channel Company Man. It's a great company, but it tells you how many companies are owned by other companies. Think about something like Berkshire Hathaway. What if they have an agreement where you cannot sue any of our companies if you sign up to XYZ services? Do you know how many companies they have ownership in? That's just one crazy slush fund, BlackRock. All these big slush demonic funds that own fucking everything. I'm not even talking about conglomerates like GE or Pepsi and Coca-Cola, which own as much, not just they own the chips that you eat, and Frito-Lay and the soda that kills you, but they own a lot of fast food restaurants. Pepsi does. So you can't sue Pepsi. You can't sue, I think, was it Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Frito-Lay. I mean, some of these companies own so much, and that's a lower level than a BlackRock or a Berkshire or a Vanguard or whoever. That's way less. But that just gives you scope for how this is. And then you talk about a company like Kroger that owns Kroger, Fred Meyer, Piggly Wiggly, all these different regional companies across the country, and then they probably have an ownership group. And since you just bought up Nestle, we'll steal your water and sell it back to you. Yeah. Retro Rich, I'm topping you out, brother. See, I see how you get into it. I think I don't know if I buy that none of the confrontations are your fault ever. Actually they timed you out. I didn't even see the message on the actually, where the hell are your messages? Did I accidentally ban you? I'm sorry, man. I don't see any. Oh, there you are. Of course, you want to go to Pizza Hut. Yeah, I probably should time you out. Let's get into some legal knowledge. It's called a joinder in a civil suit. I know exactly why they're doing it. It means other parties are free to join your lawsuit if they are affected the outcome of effective oppression. You sit there like with all this slander. I ain't got time for it. This is an actual serious subject. Come on, man. Let me at least get 10, 15 seconds. You fall in the store, break your leg, you can't use care, and you can't care if your elderly parent at home, they can sue for their care being disrupted. Sheesh. I'm trying to make a point. Of course, pizza. I get it. Pizza, Diddy, white women. That's a gimmick. I get it. It's like the Undertaker, dead, purple, roll up eyes. It's the same thing. But in all seriousness, back to reality and gravity and maybe cocaine. The fact is, corporations can now absolve themselves from lawsuits. And that's scary. That's scary, especially when the very fact that they can do this shows how much hold they have over the government. We're going to live in a world where corporations can literally do anything. We already live in a world where corporations can literally do anything, but it's going to get even more extended and invasive than we could possibly imagine. And I mean, we're getting unless you're going to live off grid or get as much off grid You gonna sue for every timeout? Well, since that's not possible, they'll put you in timeout again. But unless you're gonna live off grid, you won't be able to sue if a corporation does something to you. And then, of course, if you do, I mean, you already know they can do all this shit to fuck it up with just, you said, lawfare, warfare. Just, slow you up, hold you up in the courts, just outspend you and make you go away that way. They already had that. They already had the ability to outspend you and make you go away and hold you up with legal proceedings and legal fees. That wasn't enough. They don't even want to get into the lawsuit in the first place. It cuts into the margin, cuts into the bottom line. And think about the medical companies doing this. We already saw a precedent for that with certain medical procedures. Hope you don't get myocardial infarction. But yeah, that's already a precedent there. So imagine this is why I'm scared to go to the doctor. The doctor can't be sued for anything. Can't be sued for anything. And what do you do with that? Hey, Zach, appreciate you being here. Yep. I got stuff to do, so I want to get this stream out of the way. Yeah, South Park had an episode where the exact thing happened. Predictive programming, or did they predict? I don't know. But that's crazy. The South Park episode like that. I appreciate you being here, Zach. Yeah, I'm streaming during the day. Hey, Scrambles, appreciate you being here. We're just talking about how evil corporations are and the fact that you can't sue them anymore. If you sign up to an end-use agreement, you can't sue a corporation. Even you can't sue the corporation. Your heirs can't sue the corporation. Your family can't sue the corporation. No matter fucking what. If you sign up to Disney Plus and you go to a Disney restaurant and you tell them they're allergic to the food and it kills you because they didn't give a shit about your food allergy, you can't sue. If you got some Uber Eats, you order some Uber Eats, and later on in life, an Uber driver T-bones you and breaks your fucking neck, you can't sue. And these are real life stories, and it's just going to get worse. We're at the beginning of corporations being not held responsibly for anything. So that's what we will be covering with this Lewis Rossman video.
It doesn't matter who signed this agreement. That is, again, a red herring, because at the end of the day, somebody like her uncle could have signed this agreement. She still can't sue. It doesn't matter. They are trying to say that this forced arbitration agreement applies to every Tom, Dick, and Harry in your life, regardless of whether or not they had any knowledge of this agreement. I cannot agree to have my 7th Amendment rights denied to me because somebody else signed an agreement that they didn't even read. That's not how this works. You should not be able to take away the 7th Amendment right of any American, much less this.
Unfortunately, that is how this works now. And that's another thing. You don't have to sign up for the agreement. So if your cousin signs up for Disney Plus and you get on a Disney roller coaster and you die, no one can sue because your cousin signed up for it. So it's the 7th Amendment is done because the corpo says so. Basically, is the long and short of this video that we're covering.
This is insane. Let me just reread this. This arbitration agreement shall be binding upon and shall include any claims brought by or against any third parties, including but not limited to your spouses, heirs, third-party beneficiaries, and assigns, where their underlying claims arise out of or relate to use of the services. So if you sign a forced arbitration agreement for your LG refrigerator, and there is a little sniper rifle hidden in that refrigerator, and it shoots me while I am at your house, and now I am crippled because your refrigerator has shot me, I cannot sue LG because you signed a forced arbitration agreement that you didn't even sign, that was in the side of the box, that was thrown away by the delivery people when you bought the fucking refrigerator.
That's an incredible farcical example. But yeah, basically, and listen, what she said was actually pretty. What are the personal injuries going to do? That's the best part. Well, guess what personal injuries lawyers are going to do? They're going to focus on the small and medium-sized businesses because those are the only motherfuckers they can sue. So if you need another knock to small business and medium-sized business, that's the best part. Yay capitalism, right? Now, they're just going to be hounding small and medium-sized business. Now, obviously, this hasn't been rolled out to every corporation everywhere yet, but we're 5 years, 5 months Think about how many times you click to agree to a service. And again, what about connected companies? So that's the best part. The small and medium-sized business, they can't fucking do that. They're allowed to sue too. Yeah. Hounded to make their staff salaries. Exactly. They're going to be hounded and annihilated because those will be the only people that can sue. So, yeah. Isn't that great? The economy's great, guys. The government's great, guys.
This is the world that we live in. I did a video on LG enforced arbitration. Check it out. Because they had the forced arbitration agreement on the side of the box, when you signed for the refrigerator, when they let it into your house, apparently that constitutes agreeing to that, in spite of the fact that every delivery man I've ever met, when having an LG refrigerator brought in through a standard home doorway, throws away the box before you can see it. If a company can erase elements of the Bill of Rights, does the Bill of Rights actually matter? And if your politicians and the people that you elect locally do not scream about this, if your senators and your House representatives do not care, what does that say for them? Something to think about. Something to think about. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'm going to link.
But everybody vote in November. Everybody vote. Make sure you vote. Vote. Rock the vote. Rock the vote. For what? They don't run the goddamn country. Your local elections don't run the damn country. The corporations run the fucking country. The bankers run the fucking country. They don't run shit. They don't run shit. Trump don't run shit. Kamala don't run shit. Yes, even your orange ass Trump. When they keep clapping that, by the way. Kamala, yeah, she gonna fix this. Every time I see her, as much as I just talk shit about voting, every time I see her, I think, I kind of do want to vote for Trump. And y'all know I talk shit about Trump too. Every time I see this bitch, I'm like, I just don't like this hoe. If I thought voting mattered, I would. I really would. She's triggered me that much. But I know it don't fucking matter, so I ain't about to waste my fucking time. Yeah, this entire thing is burned down, listeners. You're 100%. 100%. Well, they're probably going to lay off the law clerks. Because, we got to cut margins, got to profit. Fiduciary responsibility and all that. So, yeah. That's the thing. So, let's get a little bit of a break. Would probably be the best phrase. Also, we got a little shot highlights of the text. But, yeah. Let's listen to some Zombie Man. Palate cleanser is the word I'm looking for. Palate cleanser. This is an Untitled Jungle thing by Zombie Man as a palate cleanser from the fact that your government doesn't fucking matter. The corporations dictate the government and the rules and the laws and all that other good shit. So instead of thinking about that, here's 3 minutes and 22 seconds of Untitled Jungle thing from Zombie Man. All right, that was Cinch Diddle as a kid dancing to Zombie Man. It's an Untitled Jungle thing. It just made me think of that kid, man. I'm listening to that shit like this sounds like the shit he was jamming to. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna toss that shit out. So thank you for the music. And yeah, El Gordo, it might be easier. Oh, I got a Spotify rant. I might as well load that up while you get the link going. And thank you for showing out the Synthwave, not Synthwave, even though there's gonna be some R&B in it. Synthwave Saturday night. He was the dude in the white hoodie, the back not dancing, maybe. So let me give my Spotify music publisher rant. So here's what I found out. Every single music distributor, Bandcamp included, can kick you off their platform and take your royalties at any time. There's no way around that. They can also not pay you the royalties you owe. None of them are, they all can do this, and all have and all will. There's no way around it. So you might say, hey, okay, don't use any distributors, even Bandcamp. What's the issue with that? Well, some dude in India can just grab my shit and then post it to because I will get the shit copywritten and registered with a performing rights organization, ASCAP BMI, regardless, once I'm finished this fucking album. But yes, I am serious. If they want to take your shit that you posted with your dad the past couple years, the past few projects y'all posted on Spotify, SoundCloud you can look it up. SoundCloud's taking people's shit down. And they can just take it down and take your royalties. And yeah, Bandcamp has recently changed it because they got sold out, I think either last year or earlier this year, and they hadn't made too many changes. And apparently these may be changed. I don't know. I was going off of there's a music lawyer, right? There's a music, they were bought recently. And apparently they're changing their EULA, something fierce. And yeah, I forgot what her name is, top music lawyer or something like that. And yeah, she goes through different, we were just talking about EULAs. She goes through different EULAs of different music related companies and distributors and the like. And so there's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do. So my only thing is I guess I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to do my research, I guess, to avoid all hell, because one of my issues even looking into it, Zombie May brought up the copyright content ID. Some of them allow you to opt out of that because I will want my music to be played by YouTubers and stuff like that. I don't want there to be an issue. So I'm going to pick one of those rights, pick one of those companies that allow me to opt out. I'm going to put it on Bandcamp. And another thing I am going to do, I'm going to have to establish my own site and allow and probably a Shopify version of it, so they can do the payment processing and allow digital assets, so I can sell. I already got a merch site, so y'all can always buy merch now. But as far as having digital and maybe physical assets, instead of using Bandcamp, just use a Shopify site. Because CDs are fairly cheap to print up. And I don't have to, you can probably do that economically. I don't know that I will. I'll kind of wait and see if there's a demand. But people want to buy the digital, they can go to Bandcamp. As long as they don't get rid of me, which they could. And then I'm just going to take the risk. Because there's no fucking, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I am going to also make my own site. I'm going to put it on everything. I'm going to make my own site. I'm going to do everything. Because what else can I do but everything? I got to make my own site because they can take me down. But I got to put the stuff up there to try to get discovered by people. So I got to put it on. I'm going to put it on everything. It's not cost. It's still the cost ain't the issue. But just, like I said, find a distributor where I can opt out of Content ID, create my own site, do Shopify, which is not that hard. And probably be, my site, my name, whatever. And then post it out there once we release, and just hope for the best. Zeus Wave. Zeus Wave. You said, oh shit, that's right. You're not a mod. So you can't send a link. Okay, I'm sorry, brother. So I didn't see it. So now you have the mod power. I keep forgetting that because I'm so used to having everybody as a mod. So now you have the mod power. Try sending the link again. We're going to listen to some more Zombie Main. And then we'll listen to your link. If you can go ahead and send it again, El Gordo, I'd appreciate that. Yeah, we support everybody. You know what I mean? Fizz does animation. Richard does writing. He has a whole Owl Man. You may have seen him talk about that in the chat. There you go. We support everybody's creative pursuits here. So real quick, we'll get you right too. So actually, let me just make that the next link. We'll see. You went through the distribution process too, because I see you got a topic site. That's another can of worms altogether. But this is a very aptly titled song by Zombie Man, because as we've been dealing with stuff, we're dealing with the new world of legal. So very topical title by Zombie Man. Let's check it out, and then we'll check out Gordo's band, or El Gordo's band, I should say. He is not saying the N-word. What is wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all? But that was cold. And yeah, we have heard before, but I don't care. It's still cold. Zombie Man with Legal. We were just talking about how crazy the Legal world is. Hey, man. It's the Mannequins, which is El Gordo's band. I'm just looking at this. It came out last year. With the music publishers and all that. It's called Simple Love. And we're playing it here on VW Casual. That was cold. That was cold. Very smooth. Your vocals is good. They need to be turned up. That's the only thing I would say. The vocals could a little low. But it was a cold song. Simple Love by the Mannequins. Cold stuff. No. We got turn on the playoff. I can tell you turn on. That was pretty cold. That's pretty cold. Yeah, I probably should have gave you a minute for that link, brother. Like, come on, man. I get that you don't. I get that you're a hater. You don't want my channel to fail, and that's like obvious. But like, come on, brother. So, all right, this is Entropy. It's a piano synth thing from Zombie Man off YouTube. So that's different. So let's hear this in our musical interlude to palate cleanse us from the fact that corporations run every part of our lives. Shit sound epic, bro. That is Entropy by Zombie Man. That shit almost put me in mind like some Clams Casino or something like that. Pretty cold stuff. Let's get back to there. Still don't know where I want to put the little chat box that we got going now. But man, that was pretty cold. I'm not gonna play the song. If you ask me to get on time, y'all for a minute. But yeah, man, Elgor, you can sing. By the way, you're a pretty good vocalist. Y'all should collaborate. Y'all should collab, man. Zombie Man has a lot of heat, man. He has a lot of heat. I got some music, but I ain't got heat like that, man. I'm in my own little lane, my own little weird little synthwave lane. But yeah, hey, man, you got more music, you come around, you want us to play it, we'll play it. You know, I want to encourage everybody's creative. Because at the end of the day, they're not creating, when I say they, the corporations who run every goddamn thing, they can't create shit. I guess to continue the musical interlude. So Rob Marciano. What do you think, speaking of which, and looking up the Genuine Articulate or whatever that Alchemist album is, one, and I think it's a valid criticism, is that he's using Rob Marciano's style. It's a very valid criticism. I don't mind it personally because he's doing well. But I mean, there's a strong argument that Modern Alchemist, now not just as a producer, but as an MC, has been heavily influenced by Rock Marciano. Because I mean, that production style has just become the thing, the wave, and the sample-based production hip hop space. And I'm trying to make sure it's unmuted so we can hear this. But now he's this is an oldie. But he said 14 years old. But now he's using his style as an MC. You know, like I said, I like Rock Marciano. I can tell that. I still thought it was a good project. But it is, you know, it's a fair criticism to say, hey, this is Rock Marciano style. In the event, let's hear Rock Marciano with his own style, or Telemachus featuring Rock Marciano. Scarecrows. Hopefully we don't get claimed.
It's real shit, nigga. Chemo, baby, what's good? Moss. Got it? Military mind, nigga. Yeah, one in the chamber, 15 up in the handle. I'm a businessman, no, in the Lambo. Show him how the plan go. Take a couple of hand notes. You just stand there and pose like a scarecrow. In 96, I had the tech with the air holes. Fiends jumping out the manholes. Grand rolls. Here's a sample. We trample. We gamble. Making samples. Be careful. Beware fool. Beware wolves. Yeah, true. Tear through flesh. Scared niggas van moose. I get ran through. We pull up in that van blue. Cannons drew. Timberland tan boot. Hammers to shoot. Then ran to Cancun. Now let that soak in you do like shampoo. You can't spook me with hand moves. Boo. I'm an animal. Collect my mechanicals. The Lex Coupe ain't talent proof without a roof. Motherfuckers is washed up like Baton Rouge. I'm blasting the tool. Clap for the loot. Plus high rap to the tune that's satin smooth. Platinum jewels, natural goons, passing the boom. In the big bench, black and maroon. I'm laughing at you, acting the fool. But back to the root, know to still keep the cat in the suit. Nigga, get mines, whether it's crack or spitting rhymes. Snatch shines off niggas' arms, then we move on to bigger jobs. Get mines, whether it's crack or spitting rhymes. Snatch shines off niggas' arms, then we move on to bigger jobs. Spark the herb, you heard, nigga Mossberg. Make the big car swerve, that's a sharp turn. Your herds looking like starbursts, cars disperse. Plus keep the squeeze in my broad purse. Church, tabernacle, nigga, some say. Watch for the gaffle, cruising down the one way. Travel in peace, oops, I meant travel with the peace. Get clapped up in your black Hyundai. They rap mundane, some running untamed. But whether sun or rain, we hustle for chump change. Dump the gauge, to jump up in that plum range. Ain't no fun in games, my Uzi a ton in ways. 20s of haze, blazing my stunning shades. Cut that butter and roll like tumbleweed. Bundles of D, blood in the streets. Gun in my reach, up under the seat. It's something to see. Who want it with me? Dump it as me. You slumped in your V, trying to run with a key. Pluck your physique. Make love to the beat, up on the beach. Run up in the deep, fuck it and ski. Nut on the sheet, some on the cheek. Dumb on the freak, some on the leash. That's how some of us eat. The summers is heat, smuggling E. You're running your G, bubbling green. That's because the struggle is deep, nothing is free. Nothing's free. Get mines, whether it's crack or spitting rhymes. Snatch shines off niggas' arms. Then we move on to bigger jobs. Get mines, whether it's crack or spitting rhymes. Snatch shines off niggas' arms. Then we move on to bigger jobs.
All right, those Scarecrows. Telemachus featuring Rock Marciano. Apparently, Chemo Productions. Apparently, that is a band I never heard of until right now. The Vandergraaf Generator Van der Graaf. Oh, geez, here we go with the commercials. Hold on. But you guys are posting other stuff to toss out there, so hold on. Scrambles, you got to let your music song. Feel free to post it. And let's see. Yeah, Marcy did influence the whole underground, and You Don't Care, You Love. Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked the project. So I'm like, man, I don't really care. I mean, it is a valid criticism. And hey, I could get how maybe some people may be upset about that, but whatever. This synthwave peak, I know that when it first dropped, I mean, the early to mid 10s, when it, Hotline Miami, Drive, and all this stuff really push it. You might be right that it peaked years ago, but I mean, the whole point is a genre that peaked 40 years ago, so I don't know. They didn't want to see the Nosferatu trailer. Did we actually watch it? We may have watched it. And this musical interlude is going to continue. El Gordo has heat. And then so does Scramble. So yeah, we're going to, I guess, continue the palate cleanse. Made that 20 years ago. Hey, it's still good. It's still good. Hold on. Wait. We got an order of operations fatal error. So we're going to play Untitled Anxiety from Zombie Man. And then we're going to play, Fatal Error from Scrambles. And then we'll play Into the Sun by the Mannequins, which is El Gordo's band, which he is the lead singer, and he's a pretty good one. All right. I like the radio interlude. Appreciate it. So let's get into Zombie Man and everyone else's music.
Zombie on the fucking beat.
All right, that was Untitled Anxiety. Pretty cold. I think it's something else we've had before, but hey, you can keep playing. I mean, we really need, this shit to drop. Talk about I need to drop. You need to drop, man, because you got cold music. You've played us like albums worth of material, literally. All right, this is Scrambles the Death Dealer. I appreciate him being here. Check out some of his streams. Now he's checking out one of mine. We're playing his music. This is Fatal Error. He says from 20 years ago. So I know Zombie will experiment with some of the older electronic genres. This is a little more, authentic because it's actually 20 years old. Let's listen to it.
At Mint Mobile, we like to do the
Shut the fuck up, Deadpool. We don't care about you. That shit cold. Like I said, that shit aged like wine. The visuals, the beat, that shit aged like wine. That was cold. That was cold to me. So thank you for that, Scrambles. And now we got the Mannequins, aka El Gordo's band, with Into the Sun here on this musical interlude. It's been pretty fun. Keep tossing stuff in if y'all want. I could be a DJ.
into the sun again, again. I notice you're not scared. You never show how you feel. Don't let me try to change your mind. That you're not the perfect one, 'cause you. Beam me out into the sun. It's true.
Sorry to fuck up the vibe, because this song is actually really good.
Beam me out into the sun. Again, again. I never thought I'd be the one to make a dream of what you say. But in my mind, what you will find, you never seem to find the time.
Okay, sorry about messing that up. So I was trying to cue, because Cotton had tossed in a song, and I'm trying to cue that up without it playing. So I hit mute, but it muted all of YouTube, so I messed it up. Because that song was actually really cold. That was actually really, really, really cold. Really cold, man. It's like, more motherfuckers need to hear this shit. Like, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? It's such that, like, thousands and thousands of people haven't heard that song. That's real cold, man. Look, y'all some talented motherfuckers, man. Let it be known, y'all got some goddamn talent. I got some goddamn talent. And you the one oppressing me. I gotta deal with your slander every day, Retro Richard. You just replaced Nas. You have become the I don't know, the biggest troll in the chat. Not at Nas's level. I thought Cinch Dildo was gonna ease into that spot, but you have taken over the biggest troll in the chat. But yeah, you guys are talented. El Gordo. Your band, I don't know if y'all still do music, man, but y'all had some cold stuff. You just missed your uncle talking about Nas. Yeah, that shit was really cold, bro. That shit was really cold. I mean, all this music's cold, but it's just like that shit just had the way that shit was arranged, the way shit came in. That was really good. So hopefully you can get your stuff out there to a certain extent. I know it's gonna be a lot of gent when I play whatever Papa Cotton tossed in there. Gent. But before we get into that, this is something that's going to drop on Halloween on YouTube only, it looks like, because they're dealing with these fucking distributors who are all demonic. But the ways of this Dempsey on VW Casual.
I don't throw or do, flow I flow, then I go, never lose control. You can't stop me once I'm on a roll, cause I got soul, and soon you'll see the skills.
All right, we went to Memphis. Went from Ohio to Memphis with the ways of this Dempsey. Definitely got that Memphis thing. Hey, yeah, we'll play that. But before we do that, Cotton Ministry Shots gave us Atmos. Hopefully they don't claim us. I'm expecting a lot of gent. I'm sure we will not be disappointed. I'm not saying that pejoratively. I mean, you know, that's what metal is. Yeah, it was a little West Coast. I muted myself. Pretty cool. Shout out to Atmos, Breathing Fire. And yeah, Scrambles, like, Retro Richard's a major troll. He's a major troll. That's why yesterday we was talking about, man, I don't know why I just always get into it with people. I'm like, you know, I got a sneaking suspicion that that's not the case. A sneaking suspicion that maybe you're influencing some of these issues. I don't know. No, that's just him. He's 19. And if you don't know the lore, he's a Pan-African neo-Nazi. So I don't know how to explain it. I didn't know such a thing existed. Yes, to me that sounds exactly like a Dave Chappelle skit, but that's Retro Richard's gimmick. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't get it. He's 19. He's influenced by Dr. Umar and Blittler, Skibbity Riz, and all that good stuff. In any event, We got another song by the Mannequins, Don't Stop, which I would actually say all of you in the chat who are creative, including Retro Richard and all his insanity, don't stop pursuing your creative pursuits. Don't stop. Keep doing, keep going. I mean, we've had a great musical palate cleanser. After this, I got to get back into letting you know why the government sucks, and then we'll probably get out of here. But fucking don't stop believing, man. If nothing else, at least the world gets better music than we're going to get from the major labels, or better art, or better writing, or better whatever. Because you guys are better than 99% of the radio. And granted, that's this is a weird one. Fair enough. I mean, they've listened to my music. It's pretty weird and shitty. So and maybe I could even play some or something. I don't know. But I feel overmatched. I have to play it all y'all stuff. Like, here's this shit. Like, one of these things, not like the other. One of these things suck. But this doesn't suck. It's Don't Stop by the Mannequins. Maybe weird, but it doesn't suck. So you guys don't stop, including you, Fizz, with the animation with Romo and Krim, or if it's another project, don't stop. Richard, you're insane. But if you want to do, your fan fiction thing, write original properties too, because we just talked about the legal system. You got to own some of your own shit if you want to do something with it, unfortunately. So here's Don't Stop by the Mannequins. I'll stop ranting, and we can hear their music.
What makes you move when no one's there? In your lipstick and your hair, it makes you groove like no one cares. And the things you like to share, I wanna love you like we used to do. But when we go out, don't you change a thing. Outside your reach, but I'm here, can't you see? Let me help you, please. Come back to me. Monsters cry and bleed. You're too tall for their reach. tell you this, but I'm moving on. I probably shouldn't tell you this, it's true. Sick kind man, sick kind choice, sick kind plan, sick kind voice. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'm moving on now. Don't stop, I had the way you say the other day. I know, on top of it, we say I don't know why I don't mind. I didn't want to do it, I didn't want to try, but that's just how we do it. Don't run, hide, don't run, hide, don't run.
That's a good point. Yeah, Cotton Ministries is what that is like 6 days ago. See, there's a lore. I forgive anyone who's new to this channel. There are lore elements that some of the OGs, including OG, understand that you guys won't. That's one of the best songs I've ever heard in my fucking life. I'm not exaggerating. Your band is fucking incredible, guy. You guys are fucking incredible. I hope y'all didn't break up. If y'all ever, and I hope, because a lot of great bands will break up. Oh man, people ain't listening to this shit. That shit is fucking cold, bro. Where all the changes of pace and shit, that shit, you motherfuckers were cold. Are cold. If you broke up, if you can get back together, y'all gotta get back together, bro. That shit's cold as fuck. This type of, I like kind of indie style rock. So that's my bag. That shit is cold as fuck. That shit's cold. I can't even heat more praise. And I'm not trying to heat because, you know, all you motherfuckers is cold. I talked about how Zombie Man got probably classic electronic albums that he's let us play. Multiple, you know, he's let us play probably 40, 50 tracks over this past year. Maybe more. Did break up. A couple of guys moved. Yeah, it was music. It was actual music from actual musicians that actually knew what the fuck they were doing. It's like, trust me, like if y'all ever wonder, like, damn, I think we're better than a lot of these bands. You fucking were. You absolutely were. That track proves it, bro. And not just like, okay, everyone can talk shit about the major label bands or whatever. Do y'all know who, and I'm not trying to call him out or his band out. I think I've talked about him before. Was it Tank the Tech? But just that level of band where they're technically independent. Maybe they got some weird major deal like with like Lorna Shore. I'm not trying to shit on them either. Some of them bands is just mid at best. They ain't got nothing as cold as that in their catalog. A lot of motherfuckers don't got nothing as cold as that shit in their catalog. I think the changes of pace was what made it so cold because it was like change and you go into something else and you go into something else. Man, that shit's hard. That shit's hard. So yeah, man, it sucks they moved away. Don't stop making music, man. And you don't need much. Zombie Man said the Foo Fuckers. Is that like a Foo Fighters joke or is that a real band? But like if you got a laptop and a interface, which you can pick up for maybe, well, I don't know, a few years ago before the inflation times, you can still get a good interface for about $100 to $150 depending on what you needed. If you need a couple instruments, maybe you pay $200 if you want a couple instruments. But if you just need the mic, you can probably get it done for like $100. But depending on what you need, look up audio interfaces. Always get something used and just look up and make sure it'll still work as far as drivers go. And a laptop and a decent mic, which, you know, you can get for the low. You ain't gotta be like my dumb ass. You can still get one for $150. All right, cool. So yeah, you can get an interface going and just make music. You know, make your own music because that shit was cold. That shit was cold, man. I ain't got nothing else to say about that, man. You got a $5,000 laptop? Well, then there's no complaints. There should be no. Where's your album at? It's always talking about me dropping. All right, I got 2 more little videos to go through. We've had this guy on. I don't know if you remember him. His name's Shaheed Bozen. All he's really gonna do is say the same shit I say about elections. But I just found it interesting. Somebody else says it. Oh, 5,000 Zimbabwe dollars. Still, yeah, this ninja again. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you feel about Islam. I know. I believe Fizz is Islamic or Muslim. Not on disrespected, but he has some fair critiques on the West. Though, like I said, I am sick of motherfuckers. This country is falling apart. It is burning down, and I guess at least he actually did leave. But I am a bit sick of motherfuckers talking shit about just this country. It's like, you know what? I fucking live here. It is one of the best countries on earth, and it was one of the greatest attempts at human freedom that any country had ever tried. And we may be falling apart. This may be the fall of Rome. I get it. But I'm kind of sick of everybody talking shit like everybody else is this great. Like everything so great somewhere else. We're going to show some of that in another superpower, how fucked up it is over there. But let's listen to this bald guy talk shit. And I can't even remember how valid the shit is.
Assalamualaikum, Ustad. I just came on. I don't know if someone already used, but I just want to know your thoughts on the U.S. election. Who's less evil, the candidates, especially stopping the genocide aim.
Kamala Harris will win. There. Kamala Harris has been programmed to win. And as I've talked about it before, Trump, the only thing that Trump can do is to try to increase his popularity as much as possible to make him losing seem implausible. So that there would be, I think either way the results will be contested.
Sure.
And either way, accusations will come forward that the vote is rigged because the vote is rigged.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to have a vote. You're not going to have an election in America from here on out where it's not rigged. That's not a thing that will happen.
Uh-huh.
From here on out, your elections are rigged.
It's about which party outweighs one.
And you're not unique. This is what you've done everywhere, and this is what
he's about to get into the why America bad shit. I just wanted to get that shit out. The fact that he, like a lot of people are starting to see. I think I'm not saying more humans are going to vote for this person. I'm not saying more humans are going to vote for this person, but Kamala Harris is going to be the next president. Even this shit with Iran and Israel, the first thing they played, at least they showed on my feed, was Kamala Harris's reaction like she was already the president. If you care about politics, we already talked about how useless the actual fucking government is. But yeah, I don't think you've confirmed that I see why you get into incidents and fights. It is certainly not in a vacuum, Richard. But I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here. You guys are doing like pesos, Zimbabwe dollars, Joes. How much is a peso? I don't even know that. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. That it is becoming like people are kind of seeing the tea leaves, and like he said, the only hope Trump has is getting so much popularity that people see it as an impossibility, which he was not able to do last time. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to do it this time either. Because I don't think 81 million people voted for Biden, right? It just is what it is. And I've said it. This is nothing new. It just goes along. I don't either. But I don't see, like I said, these are going to be rigged elections. And this very stream may be taken down for me saying it preemptively. But good point, Richard. She won't be running it. Scramble, she won't be the one running it any more than Biden is. Or whoever the fuck they got, Kevin Nash in the Biden mask. Whoever they got acting like he's Biden. Yeah, she won't be running it. Even if she wins, she absolutely won't be her. Shit. BlackRock, the president of BlackRock is still the president regardless. And it's just easier for him to get shit done if Kamala's in office. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. Again, in the same way, I don't feel like Orange Man maybe has the same amount of hate, but he definitely don't got the same. He actually probably don't got the same amount of love either. So I don't think it's gonna be implausible when he loses. Not to the normal person who doesn't give a shit. So we'll see. I could be wrong. He wasn't predicted to beat Hillary. And you would think Hillary would be someone they love a little bit more than Kamala. She's so unlikable. Unless she just sucking the brown off up in some of these offices. I just can't see how it's going to go. But speaking of unlikable hoes from Asian countries, we going to go back to China and realize they got as much issues with single moms as we do. Single moms. Hold on. Single moms and entitled women. So let me try to move the chat. And she'll talk Chinese, but then they'll translate. And then you'll hear. This is a matchmaker, I believe, talking about one of her clients. And again, this is nothing we ain't seen. I just thought it was interesting. Wanted to cover it. And then, I don't know, we'll probably rant for a little bit and get out of here.
A
41-year-old woman has been divorced for 6 years and has been raising her 10-year-old son alone. She came to our matchmaking agency and said that recently she wanted to find a partner. Her appearance is quite good, she knows how to dress up, and looks younger than her actual age. She runs a beauty salon herself. Business hasn't been good in recent years, and she finally decided to close the shop, living a rather tight life. Raising her son costs at least 30,000 to 40,000 yuan a year. She hopes to find a man to marry at this time. So they. To
be fair, I mean, 30,000 to 40,000 yuan is about. I think each yuan is about 14 cents. So what is that? Like $10,000, which is a nice amount, but at the same time, that pay over there can really get crazy. We too low. Stop.
I can share the financial pressure. Out of curiosity, I asked her, "What kind of partner are you looking for?" She told me that she hopes the man is 2 years older than her or up to 5 years younger, with a stable job, earning no less than 10,000 yuan per month, and owns a house in the county, preferably in a school district. She prefers men who have never been married or are divorced without children. Most importantly, she said she doesn't plan to have more children because she feels she is too old for that.
You know, honestly, as I get through this, I kind of already lost interest. Because I don't even care what this bitch saying. Not because of y'all. But just because I know the story. I'll let it play out. But I'm going to not be on mute. I'm going to just talk shit. The reason I'm going to let it play out, because it's like, okay, it's an entitled girl. The long and short is, she don't want somebody with kids, but she don't want to have kids. And they got to be rich. And she's like 41. And they got to take care of her kid, even though they can't have no kids. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of hypocritical shit. So
I couldn't help but ask her, "If you don't want to have children and don't want a man with children, what exactly is this man marrying you for? To help you raise your child?" She responded, saying, "I'm too old to have more children. I can barely manage to take care of my own child."
And yeah, Rich, she just wants somebody to raise her kid. That's basically the long and short of it.
Let alone someone else's. She believes marriage should make her happy, not bring her suffering. If it's about suffering, she'd rather not marry at all. In her view, men choose her because she is a woman, and she is very beautiful. Besides, many men struggle to find a suitable partner. She also mentioned that her son will call the man Dad.
Oh,
so
hell
it's just
no.
like the man having his own child. After hearing
Man, she's out of her mind. Another issue is because China, I think a lot of these women, okay, we talk about the shit in the West, but a lot of these women are even worse in China because of the population difference, where there's like 30, 40 million more men than women because of they stupid ass laws and regulations from back in the day. So they have an even greater advantage than a chick in any other country because there's so many more men than women. So they feel even more entitled. Yeah, holy fuck, talk about dad. The fuck?
all this, I felt
Could you imagine you just trying to burst in some girl's throat? She got her son trying to call you dad. What the fuck type of shit is this?
like my values were about to be turned upside down. I then asked her, "Will you ask for a bride price when you get married?"
Oh, this is crazy
She
too.
said a
Forgot
bride
about
price
this.
is a must, and gold jewelry, gold necklaces, and gold earrings cannot be missed either.
So this bitch want to look like a rapper thought. Just all gold everything. Shout out to Trinidad James. And her bride, let's say the bride price,
Faced with
which
her
is the dowry, basically. You got to pay this to marry this hoe.
thoughts, I patiently told her that if these are her standards for choosing a spouse, then she can only look for a retired man because retired men's children have already grown up and can live independently, which won't be a burden for her, and he can help take care of the family.
Basically, she gonna have to go for an old sugar daddy. There's no other way. This is a matchmaker telling her that.
Before I could finish, she interrupted me and argued, "Are you deliberately mocking me? She runs a beauty business and knows how to dress up. Even though she's in her 40s, she looks like a woman in her early 30s.
I don't give a fuck. Anybody trying to take care of her kid? Fuck. See, I think women have overrated looks across the board. There's a lot of pretty girls, girl. I'm not, because and it's the Sims' fault. The Sims have fucked it up. He said, when you have a wife, you want to have this voice. It's a pretty soft voice. But the Sims have fucked it up for overrating women. Listen, a woman's beauty is definitely valuable. I'm not knocking it out. You know, everybody like pretty girls, right? But it doesn't mean I'm just gonna destroy my world for you. Like, that's wild. That's wildness.
How could someone as beautiful as her possibly marry an older, retired man? Moreover, she believes older men have health issues. She already has to take care of her child, so how could she manage to care
She
for a
don't wanna
retired
care
man
for the
too?
dude.
Life would be unbearable. At this point, I couldn't help but feel exasperated. Unable to hold back any longer, I frankly told her, "You don't want anything, yet you're not willing to give anything. You only want to take advantage of others. You want both love and material things, but aren't willing to pay the price for them. With such thoughts, what you're really looking for is an ATM, not a partner. Even though you keep saying that you look young, compared to women in their early 30s, you really don't have the same advantage.
Modernity issues, yeah.
They can have children, but what about you?"
And she said it. She's looking for an ATM. I'm not saying she's a gold digger. And truthfully, she is probably messing with some broke. That's probably what was really happening. Because a lot of these girls, they do that. I mean, where's the baby daddy? The baby daddy is just, what they would say, Chinese Tyrone. What's up with her hair? I don't know what's going on. I think that's a scrunchie behind her hair or a headband on top of her hair. Either that, she's trying to put on, like, she's trying to grow dreads. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I think that's a scrunchie or, she got a bonnet on? I don't know what the fuck's going on with her hair.
Moreover, her marriage criteria and the bride price she demands seem completely justified in her mind. I couldn't help but want to throw a bucket of cold water on her. In this world, the
Oh,
worst
did she
thing
mention it? I thought the bride price was 500,000 yuan, which is like $100,000. She basically wanted 100,000. You had to pay her $100,000 to get married and take care of her and her kid. That was the whole point. And I may have missed that part, skipping over and talking shit. But this woman was in her 40s with like a 9-year-old, wanted some dude to pay her $100,000 for the right to take care of her and her kid and have her kid call him daddy. And she literally thought that this is just how it was going to be. And this matchmaker was going to be able to make it happen. And I'm not saying all women like that. But some of these hoes are delusional as fuck. That was the longest short. I'll let this bitch rant again. Let's see what else it is.
is to take advantage of others. What you take today will surely come back to you one way or another in the future. Her biggest mistake is thinking others are fools and hoping to get lucky, assuming others won't see through her true intentions. I advised her to stay grounded and focus on raising her child well. Marriage requires effort in order to receive anything in return. However, before I could finish, she grabbed her bag and left, leaving behind the remark, "Your company is so unreliable." I thought to myself, please, I'm just a matchmaker. If you want to make a wish, go directly to a temple next time.
Okay, we done with Ling Ling and them. But yeah, this chick wanted essentially $100,000, so you get the right to marry her, take care of her kid, and call her daddy, and he can call you daddy. And because she's 40 and owns a beauty supply store in China, she thought it was gonna happen. And you said the translation's all wrong. She was talking about import tariffs. Could be. I don't know what she's saying. It could be. But yeah, I don't know if that was a hairband, bonnet. I don't know what the fuck she had on. I don't know what she had on. But yeah, the translation could be wrong. Who knows? Who knows? Just I'm a dumb American listener. What is this madness? No, I'm not playing this. Everybody else is giving me great music and shit. You giving me some shit from some movie I don't know of. Get out of here with this. Oh, you said wait till Vidge finds out. Okay. Whoa, burn. But yeah, that's craziness. That's craziness. The world is crazy. There was really no point in this fucking stream. I see a lot of people when Ling Ling dropped the ratings. I honestly think Kamala Harris dropped the ratings. Once people realized, damn it, this bitch is probably gonna cheat and win. I think that fucked everybody up, and then following up with Ling Ling. No disrespect, Chun-Li kicked everybody out. So I guess maybe you said Rice Bunnies. I don't think Rice Bunnies draw. I don't really think Rice Bunnies draw. Needs more cold ass indie music. Still catching. Oh Jesus Christ! Can we? Well, after I get dropped from I'm gonna try Bandcamp and one of these different streaming things to get on Spotify. But after I get dropped for the shit that my chat says, I guess I'll at least hopefully have a site going. Cause that's all I'm gonna have. In any event, we are going to get out of here. So no, please don't ask for a link. I stop the chat. If you like the video, please like the video. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged, share, subscribe. Do that. Even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. All that good stuff. I gotta go before they ruin my chat. Peace.